There's a puppy. There's a puppy in like a semi truck, and he's barking at a motorcyclist. And this motorcyclist behind me is just laughing his butt off about this dog. Just barking away. You do you, dog. Yeah, you do you. Stop. And you see him, puppy. Hey friends, so I got my student loan tax documents in the email, emailed to me today, and so I was able to go to Great Lakes website, which is the student loan company I have, and see how much interest I paid in 2016, and the number is $1,009.25. which is exactly $1,009.25 too much. I hate interest, and I hate that I have these student loan debts. Now, obviously, that number is much less than it was last year. Last year, I paid close to $2,000 in interest on my student loans. Interest only, mind you. And if I wasn't paying down my debts so quickly, that would pretty much be all my debt was going down by, is that it would be going down by less than that. Because if I were only paying the $213.85, which is my minimum, it's insane how little your debts go down if you're not attacking them. I can see how people just give up, and because there's no progress ever if you're just paying the minimum. But yeah, I've been attacking mine with a vengeance, so interest has not been that bad. $1,000. $1,009.25 is right about what I make in 2 weeks take home. That's a lot of money for someone who doesn't make a ton of money to just be flying out the window in interest, never to be seen again. This money is not even money I borrowed. It is taxes on what I borrowed, essentially. It is extra that I just have to pay because I took out these loans. And I'm so mad at them. And I can't wait to be here next year, and I'll be able to say, yeah, this is how much I paid in interest in 2017, but I'll never have to pay interest on student loans again. It's just the dumbest thing to spend money on. So I'm happy to be able to turn in that tax form to my accountant, because I'll be able to say I don't have to do this. Well, I'll have to do it one more time. But after that, I won't have to do it again. By this time next year, I won't have any more debt, and I won't be paying interest to anyone. I will get to keep all that money. That $1,000 will go into my pocket. I'll get to do something cool with it instead. So, I'm ready for it. Ready to be debt-free. Ready. Now I'm ready to go to bed. Want to see Ro? She's doing stuff. Hey friends! So it's Wednesday, and I have already had a really long week so far. I didn't make it to Zumba yesterday, which sucks. My paper was done at 3, but then there was a big fire. Not at my paper, in like a field in town. It got close to houses, and being a newspaper reporter, I have to go out and cover stuff like that. And so that took an hour. And then I had to come back and rework my front page to accommodate said breaking news. So I didn't get to go to Zumba. I did get messages from my Zumba friends saying that it was a really horrible class, as in like punishing class, and that I was better off standing in a literal burning field. I also thought I might have ruined my really nice Clark's boots, but fortunately, because I was out in the field, not in the portion that was on, well, close to the portion that was on fire, but not more in the portion that was burnt, had already been burnt. Brush fires move quickly, and fortunately the firemen were able to keep it away from all the houses and eventually get it out. So it was just some acreage that was lost, and supposedly burning fields is actually kind of good for it in the long term. healthy wise. So at least according to people out there that have land, I don't know. I don't have land. I prefer not having any grass even to mow. So there's that. So I didn't get to go Zumba, which was sad. I was really tired though. So, and my boots are fine. I scrubbed them today, got all the ash and dirt and stuff off from the field, but I am very thankful for them because they protected me from the badness that I was walking through, and they totally came out on the other side of it awesome. So yay boots. Totally worth what I spent on them still, and much better walking through, because the field also was like, it had burrs and prickle bushes and stuff like that were still prickly, and if I had been wearing sneakers I totally would have gotten all caught up in them. So yay. On the menu today for lunch is cheeseburger soup that I packed and made up on Sunday, and it's delicious. I've had it, today's Wednesday, I've had it all 3 days at work, and if you want the recipe, just look up cheeseburger soup. So good, so good. Notice anything different? Got some new glasses. I'm excited about them. I think I like them. What do you think? So it's been kind of a long week already, even though it's only Thursday. It was a long week at Tuesday. And I did just come from a Zumba class where my instructor said according to her Fitbit we burned like 800 calories. So I've decided to invalidate that by getting chips and salsa and queso at a local Mexican restaurant. I have a gift certificate to this restaurant. I've only eaten there a couple of times, and to be honest, they're not my favorite, but free food is free food, right? I'm also getting guac, and I'm also getting carry out, so I don't have to tip, because I believe in tipping whether or not you have to pay for the meal. But if no one's serving you, I don't think you have to tip. You can disagree with me on that if you want. But I am a former waitress, and I never expected people to tip if they were doing carry out. All that required me to do was put their food in a bag, which I considered part of my job. However, if I was like serving a table and I was taking care of them for an extended period of time, that's when I feel like you have to tip. So yeah, picking up carry out. Rory's gonna hang out in the car for a minute. Roro, what you doing? What did you do while I was gone? I recorded it. Let's see. The superintendent of one of the local schools gave me this hat. They're still trying to indoctrinate me. I now have a bank card with the Mena school mascot on it. This, admittedly, what he even calls redneck hunting hat for Acorn, and I also have a Razorbacks lunchbox, which in my defense I purchased because it was the size I needed when I moved here and I couldn't find my old lunchbox, and I have since peeled the Razorback sticker off of it, not because I hate the Razorbacks, but more because I really couldn't care less about football. But I will proudly wear local school district paraphernalia because I'm all about supporting local schools and the kids, and I like writing about them. So that's one of my favorite things to do, actually, is to write stuff on local kids doing awesome stuff. So yeah, I have a hillbilly hat now. Completely random thing that I am extremely thankful for and lucky for is that I have a workplace where they have a microwave and a dishwasher. You guys know how much I love dishwashers and how much I covet living somewhere one day where I will have a dishwasher, but I love that they have one at my work, and I'm one of the only people that uses it, believe it or not. Other people just leave their stuff in like the sink and wash it eventually, or wait for someone else to wash it. But I bring my lunch to work every single day. Sometimes I, put taco soup in mason jars, or I bring little things of hummus. I bring my to-go coffee cup because I don't believe in wasting paper or plastic or anything like that. I always use reusables. And sometimes I do have some plastic lunch boxes that I'll bring like chicken and stuff like that in. And so this past week I had cheeseburger soup that I brought in pretty much every single day for lunch, and I brought it in mason jars, and then I just take off the metal top and I put this on just a little plate because the glass will get hot, and I microwave it and I eat it for lunch, and then I put this in the dishwasher. And every Thursday afternoon after I eat my lunch, I run the dishwasher, and then on Friday morning, what I will usually do is open the dishwasher to kind of let it air out and everything dry. And then one of the last things I do on Friday is I bring all of my dishes from the week home. Now, we don't have a very large office, but like I said, I'm one of the only people that uses it, so there's usually only has to be one load done a week. If a bunch of other people are using it, we'll use a bunch of loads, but it allows me to bring my lunch containers to work, wash them, and then bring them home on a regular basis completely clean, which really streamlines my whole lunch eating process. And so I'm really thankful for that, because it's easy. As soon as I get home, I'll put that back into the cabinets, and then I'll be ready to make my lunch in batch for the next week. It's fantastic. So if you have facilities at your work that you could do something like this with, absolutely take advantage of them. That's not water, that's water I'm not paying for. That is dishwashing detergent I'm not paying for. And it's certainly no fun to bring crusty, dried food containers home and then wash them. So I just leave them at work, wash them all at once, bring them home. It's a fantastic system that keeps me on budget. Quick addendum, when I get home, I just pull all of my clean jars out of here and then put them where they go. Same with my travel mug, since that lives there. If I have anything I didn't wash, for instance, this had almonds in it at work, and I finished them off today, I'm just going to throw it in here with my dishes from this morning. And then my dirty napkin is going to go under there, so I don't have to use paper napkins. And then I just throw this up here where it lives, shut my cabinet doors, and I will be ready to pack up my lunch again on Monday. I was going to go exercise, but Netflix released a series of unfortunate events, and so I'm going to do that now because I loved those books as a kid. Loved them. Yeah.